The big shift in media caused by podcasting is finally underway. And while we all may be marching mostly in the same direction right now, we'll likely see more than a few spin-offs. Hello and welcome to another Podcast Pontifications with me, Evo Terra. Episode number 8, which means, is this 8 or just 9? This is 9. This is episode 9 of my 10-part miniseries on the future of podcasting. All predictions I made in the inaugural print edition of Podcast Business Journal, and I'm expounding on them today. Number 9 is, well, just that. Something is going to happen in podcasting that we're totally unaware of. Big spinoff is coming. Now, for evidence of this, I point to a couple of prior spinoffs we didn't know about. Let's think about Flickr for a moment. Right? Flickr happened, if you remember Flickr happening back in the early aughts. Nobody saw that coming. Who wants to share photos with random people all the way around the world, like your uncle used to force you to watch his slideshows of his trip to South America? Well, Flickr showed us that that is actually possible. To a more modern version of that, what about TikTok? TikTok, are you kidding me? Chinese company comes along and buys up everything. Well, of course, you could say that's Snapchat and Instagram stories built up a thing, but TikTok has exploded, right? And hardcore YouTubers are going, wait a minute, TikTok, why, what? So if there's one thing that happens once a medium gets popular and big is that these spin-offs happen. And so that's going to happen to podcasting. I mean, it's just simply a matter of fact. We should expect it. We don't know what it looks like, but it is coming down the pipe. And I think what happens with these cases, with these spin-offs, is it doesn't make the other thing go away. Right? It doesn't make the parent doesn't die. This is not a parent-child relationship. This is a spin-off. This is the tools, the techniques, the creativity, the whatever that was created by this thing, it was enabled by this thing we call podcasting, is going to spin something new off, and podcasting is not going to die. A lot of times, when people ask the question about what's next, they think about it as a zero-sum game. And that means, what is the thing that will take over after the thing is dying right now? Well, that's not the case. I don't see it happening. And in fact, if you look back at these other things, the other spin-offs that have happened, they haven't caused the original thing to die. That's number one. Number two is, they're oftentimes driven, these new spin-offs are driven by the technology itself. That first thing, the parent thing, again, it's not a parent-child, that let the original, let's call it that let the original start, it's because of a change. And I'll talk about that for a moment. Like Flickr. Flickr came up when digital photography became a big thing. When we carried around with us a separate device that captured digital moments, that only did one thing, that only captured those digital moments. That's what allowed a thing like Flickr to survive, when we carried around a digital camera that was only a digital camera. In order to get the pictures off the digital camera, you had to plug the camera into the computer, grab the photos, and then what? Right? I mean, that was, you share them with people, send them an email. That's when Flickr and other tools like it came on board. Well, here's a place. Here's your digital repository in the cloud where you can store these and share them with others. Wonderful. Now, Flickr's still there, but the spinoff out of Flickr has been, everything else. Instagram, other places you can share your photos, because now, instead of carrying around a separate digital camera, some of us do, but all of us carry around a digital camera that is connected to the internet. So we don't have to go home and batch process photos. Many people still do. My lovely wife, Sheila D., she still does that. But for the rest of us, we take a picture on our phone, we edit that picture on our phone, and we share that picture on our phone directly to the people who we want to see it, like Instagram or someplace like that. That's something that was empowered by the technology itself. Same thing for TikTok. and Snapchat and the other things. Now you get a video that's done right there. But it's that technology piece that empowers it. The technology that made the original thing better, photography, digital cameras came along, made it quicker to take photos, sometimes better photos. But then the spinoff is because of that technology. So let's bring this back to podcasting. Because what could we possibly do with podcasting? That's hard to say, but if we look at what has happened, we have put in the hands of hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of creators now, really good audio equipment. Like really good audio equipment. Things that used to be only available if you paid lots of money to go into a studio. Now podcasters are deciding to invest money in good quality stuff, and podcasting is their outlet. But what is next for that is a big question mark. But I don't think it's going to be, well, we've seen some quasi spinoffs like, Anchor and things like that, which really doesn't help make the quality any better. We know that's faster to get audio uploaded, sure. And we're seeing tools that let you do everything on your phone. But I don't know that it's going to take I don't know that podcasting is going to go the Instagram model where it's all done on your phone. I think it's more likely to be with a higher quality piece of content that you can get from professional equipment, or utilizing that technology in your pocket, your phone, in a different way. Not to try and somehow replace the high-end quality audio that you get from an external microphone, other things like that, but more of the fact that that's instantly connected. So how do you take this really good quality equipment that you're using to create high-end quality content in a podcast? What does mobile offer that? Maybe that's the future. It's hard to say because, it's not like we haven't all had mobile phones, smartphones for a long time now, and we haven't seen a lot spin out of it yet. And still, it's kind of hard to carry around an SM7B in your pocket all the time with you. So I don't know that that's it. So what is the future? It's hard to say. Just understand that something's going to happen. So what I want you to, my takeaway from this future prediction is we know there's going to be a spinoff. That what we're doing right now in podcasting is great, and it's fine, and it's going to happen for a long time. I don't think the future of podcasting is in danger, but along the way, we're going to find some interesting nooks and crannies, side roads, whatever metaphor you want to call it, that some people are going to take. And it's likely that one or more of those spinoffs will become even more popular than podcasting itself. You don't have to go down that road. That road is not going to lead to the death and destruction of podcasting. In fact, that road is going to lead to something to where hardcore podcasters are going to say, well, that's not the same thing, and that's fine. Because podcasting is not going away. It's this new thing. It's these new things that will continue on their way as well, almost to the point where they're non-recognizable. That's what the future is going to happen. That future is going to happen to podcasting. We just don't know what it's going to look like. So rather than give you a great prediction if it's going to be this, I don't know. I am saying, as I have said on prior episodes, keep a lookout for these new and interesting things and experiment and play and toy. Not because they will threaten podcasting, but because they will encourage other people to use what we started with podcasting to make something new and exciting. And I think we need to be good stewards of that future. Now, before I go, 3 things. If you would like to support the show, go to buymeacoffee.com/evoterra. Again, buymeacoffee.com/evoterra. That's simple enough. If you want to chime in what you think the future is going to hold, what spinoffs you see coming, or you want to talk about something else, go to flick.group/podcast pontifications. And by the way, links to all this stuff in the show notes. And then finally, if you need some help professionally with your show because you're a business and you need somebody thinking about good things, thinking about the future of podcasting and how it relates to your business, give me an email, evo@podcastlaunch.pro, or go to podcastlaunch.pro to see a list of the services we offer clients all around the globe. Tomorrow is it, the 10th and final answer to the future of podcasting, right here on Podcast Pontifications. Cheers!